How's it going, y'all? Let's talk about how we can both look better in our clothing. Let's get started. So the most common mistakes that I always see guys making is not wearing the right fit, wearing the wrong colors, wearing the wrong shoes, the same shoes all the time, not accessorizing, or just not having a style conscious whatsoever. So let's get started with how your clothing should actually fit. You want to make sure that if you're going to be wearing a slim attire, that your entire attire is coated in the same way. So if you're going to be wearing a slim fit t-shirt or a slim fit shirt, for the most part, you're going to want to match that with some slim fit pants, and the same thing will go with your shoes or the sneakers that you're going to be wearing. So in this example that I have here, as you can see, I'm actually wearing some white leather minimal sneakers, and these are low tops, so they're somewhat of a slim fit and they fit really well with the silhouette that I'm already wearing. Same thing will go if you're going to be wearing relaxed fits. So if you're going to be wearing a complete relaxed fit, you want to match your relaxed shirts with relaxed pants, and the same thing is going to go with your shoes. So if you're going to wear the proper shoes to wear with a relaxed fit is going to be a chunkier sneakers, such as in this example that I'm showing you guys. Next, you also want to make sure that your clothing is tailored if it in fact is not fitting you well, and this specifically goes for dress shirts and suits. So for example, if a dress shirt is too baggy, such as in this example, it doesn't look very good because it doesn't give you that nice, tight, clean, sharp look that you want to get from a dress shirt. You look more wrinkly and it just looks a lot less presentable than if the shirt fits you well. So if you can go ahead and have the time to find a good tailor, I would highly recommend it. Let me also throw in that if you're a much slender guy, try checking out the following stores as they have slim fit. I know that a lot of guys still haven't really discovered this or have any idea what slim fit is, but all that really is that it's a style of fitting that fits closer to your body, giving you a more like just a nicer silhouette, so it fits closer to your body. It fits more like a glove. I know some guys have asked me before, like, hey, where do you get your shirts from? Because whenever I get a shirt, it looks really big, even if I get a small one. So if you're a slender guy, I highly recommend H&M, Express, Abercrombie & Fitch. So I highly recommend that you start off with H&M because it's a much more affordable store to get started with. Next up, let's talk about colors. So when it comes to colors, you don't want to wear anything too bright, guys, all right? You do not want to look like a highlighter marker or like you are or like you're a crossing guard, okay? You want to look more presentable than that, and I know that you guys can do that. All you have to do is simply wear darker colors, or much more pale pastel colors are very much in right now. And the other one is don't wear exaggerated patterns or horizontal lines. So if you're going to wear a t-shirt that has stripes on it, try to make sure that your stripes are vertical. Some shirts that have vertical stripes, such as pinstriped blue, like sky blue shirts, those look really great, specifically if they are linen. But of course, if the lines are horizontal, what that's going to make you look, what that's going to do is that it's going to make you look bigger, and if you're already a bigger guy, then the horizontal stripes aren't going to do you any more justice. It's just going to make you look wider, so avoid these patterns. You also want to make sure that your belt and your shoes match, specifically if they are brown or black. Of course, if you're going to be wearing white sneakers, don't wear a white belt, okay? Just stick to a casual belt, maybe something canvasy, or a black belt is going to be fine, but do not wear the white belt with the white shoes. At least I think that looks ridiculous. Another thing you can possibly do is match your watch also with your belt and shoes. So if you're wearing brown shoes and a brown belt, if you have a brown leather strap watch, that would definitely look awesome. But of course, that's not always going to be the God, I can't remember what to say. That's not always going to be the case. Wow, what an easy word. That's not always going to be the case, because if you're going to be wearing like a gold watch, of course, you're not going to wear gold shoes and a gold belt, right? So just make sure that you can color code and use the power of shades to kind of get that nice dynamic going between colors. Next up, let's talk about your shoes. So most guys, as we know it, kind of feel that the multiple pairs of shoes should be left for the ladies, and let me just say that that is a bad idea because that limits you to the amount of outfits that you can wear. So rewinding all the way back to high school, I remember that most guys when we were teenagers had this idea that they could wear the same pair of shoes to every single event, and I myself was kind of guilty of this too, as I probably circle through 3 to 4 pairs of shoes within a 2-year time span. So I came up with my own way of recommending the amount of shoes that you could and should have, and I believe that you should at least have 8+ pairs of shoes. Of course, you should have more in order to increase your versatility, the versatility of your closet. However, I believe that 8 is a safe number for most men. So this is not really like some enlightening advice, but I kind of try to break it down as best as I could for you. So these 8 pairs of shoes are going to be 2 sneakers, 2 formal shoes, 2 loafers, and 2 boots. Again, that's 2 sneakers, 2 formal shoes, 2 loafers, and 2 boots. So for your sneakers, I would recommend that at least one of those sneakers is a white leather pair of sneakers, as you can either dress them up or down. And it's pretty much one of those essential pairs of shoes that you should have. For your formal pairs of shoes, of course, let's go with some brown and black ones, as you will always have a special event to attend, such as graduations or weddings. Now for loafers, loafers are quite interesting to me because they can either be dressed up or down as well. So if you're gonna be wearing like a suit, you can actually dress up the loafers by wearing some dress socks. But if you're going to dress them down, such as in this example, like the one that I'm wearing right now, this is a button-up shirt with some dark gray jeans and also the penny loafers, black leather penny loafers, but they're sockless, so it kind of gives off a smart casual look. As for your other pair of loafers, I would recommend a beige driver loafer, because this is going to be the loafer that you can wear for vacation and summer looks. That way you're not kind of stuck just wearing sandals whenever summer or vacations come around. For your boots, I think you should have some black and brown ones. The brown ones, I would say like brown suede boots, and for the black ones, some black leather boots. The brown suede boots would look really good with some fall styles whenever fall comes around, and the black leather boots would look great with some winter styles. But of course, you can always wear your boots whenever you want, right? Next thing that will improve how you look in your clothing is going to be accessories. So right now at the moment, I don't have that much accessories, and the only stuff that I do have does not exactly match with what I'm wearing. Maybe I should have planned better. But I'm looking into getting more stuff, all right? I don't want to have like super fake jewelry. I'd rather at least at the bare minimum look for sterling silver. But if there's one piece of accessory that you as a man should have, is always going to be a watch. And I do not mean a smartwatch, guys. I mean an actual watch such as this one. Watches are excellent because they make your forearm stand out, which makes you look more attractive to women. And let's face it, that's something that you definitely want to achieve, right? The other one is that it also makes you look more presentable, more responsible. If you are the type of guy that's never worn a watch before, let me recommend that you do wear one, because the minute that you do, it just does something to your outfits. It's going to immediately just elevate them. It's going to make you evolve from just looking like this normal guy versus now looking like a guy that's more presentable and much more well dressed. And the last thing that will definitely improve the way you look in your clothes is going to be having a style conscious, guys. So a style conscious comes more with time and skill. So the first thing that will help you develop your style conscious is going to be learning how to color code. So a few color codes that I have in mind is going to be brown and black looks great together. The other one is beige and green. The other one's going to be brown and beige. And the last one's going to be navy and brown. So for that navy and brown, I want to give you a quick example. Think about like a guy wearing a blue or navy suit. What's going to be the best pair of shoes for him to wear, and also the best belt for him to wear? Is going to be brown, right? So that kind of color coding can definitely be used for other attires, not just a formal one. You also want to have an eye for different fabrics and playing around with different materials. So for the fabrics, the knitting comes into play a lot if you want to get something that is more like a little bit more upper class. So the knitting definitely has a lot to do with, specifically if it's like a cable knitting versus if it's just a plain shirt. And also your fabric materials have a lot to do with it as well. So like for example, you have cotton, wool, and cashmere. Sometimes choosing a different fabric is going to elevate the way those t-shirts, dress shirts, or whatever it is you may be wearing is going to elevate it to a different degree. The other one that I think is knowing when to tuck in your shirt. So most of us guys will tuck in our shirt during formal or business casual moments. But I mean, you can tuck in your shirt even for casual moments. You just gotta know exactly when to play around with it, because there are moments where you should not be tucking in your shirt. Layering is another good one. So learning how to layer your clothing, you know, with jackets, sweaters, cardigans, or again, your suit, or even a winter coat, right? So if it's cold outside, you're not just gonna wear a jacket on top of that suit, ruining its look, right? You're gonna wanna wear an overcoat or a peak coat to complement the fact that you're wearing a suit and it's formal. Another good one is to mix formal and casual pieces. So such as in the example earlier where I was showing you guys like the black penny loafers with the jeans and the button-up shirt. You know, mixing these kind of different pieces sometimes really works well together, and I think has developed into becoming my favorite style at the moment. It's called smart casual, and I highly recommend it. And the last thing in having a style conscious, I would say, is making sure that your clothes is not wrinkled, faded, or old. So as long as you pay attention to all of these things, I don't see a reason why you will any longer look bad in your clothing. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you all very much for tuning into this video. I hope you guys get some pretty good pointers from this one and that it helps you improve and elevate your style. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And as always, stay intentional. See ya.